walk away, put the chalk around it. I just get low.
It's week 13 of the NFL, and we've got the Seahawks leader at quarterback. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Seahawks and the Niners under the lights on Monday night.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight we wrap up the first 13 weeks of the season, and we got a good Monday nighter in store, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
You want to talk about a driven player partner. This guy is absolutely that person. He doesn't just have goals in this game. He wants to be remembered among the best to play the position, and he treats every game as an audition for that. It's a lofty goal to set for yourself, but we've seen his drive lead to some impressive games from him. Perhaps another one is in store today.
The run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. When you talk about this Seahawk defense, they've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Purdy now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Niners first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out, because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
The numbers for him from a week ago. A boatload of carries, 88 yards and a touchdown.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Purdy on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a 49ers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. They'll try the left side. Beverly credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. They'll try the left side. Beverly, and he is going to have a Niners first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Play action. Now Purdy.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
But the stats that matter on this play don't help the team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yard.
All right, rifles one. That's going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 15.
An interception on the opening drive, and you know they didn't say it verbatim this week, but you can kind of tell that this offense thought they could take advantage of the secondary who's near the bottom of the league rankings-wise. Well, that secondary got the first laugh.
And we were worried about their confidence coming into it. Could they withstand another team throwing the football against them? How about this interception early in the game? Their confidence has to take a nice jump, doesn't it?
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a glance here at the veteran who will be leading them. Now in his 8th year in the NFL.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But, boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game and you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Fix the Eagles! Fix the Eagles!
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker III.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
You look at this Niner defense.
And they're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
And the focus now is making sure that they're hitting on all cylinders as they head into the playoffs. And that means they've got to stop the run better. Because playoff football often means running football. So they've got to be prepared for that.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle.
DK Metcalf.
His 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Seahawks post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the 2nd quarter.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now, quick throw there is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Purdy will set up to throw it here. It's brought in by Harris. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Purdy. And it's a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Well, this hasn't been their cleanest first half of football. Last thing they wanted to do was give it up to the opposition, but able to keep it as it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, tough first half, no doubt about it. But if they turn it over there, now things turn a little, how would you say it, dire? And they didn't need that hassle at all. So being able to take care of the football is paramount. Fortunate bounce for them there in order to retain it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before it gets into enemy territory. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a handoff up the middle. Beverly. Oh, a solid stiff arm. It's an open field. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now on first down, it's Purdy. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Purdy now to throw off the play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop him.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Purdy off the play fake. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's in.
Liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far, even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Here's Purdy. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
For the 49ers field goal, a 33-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they're on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. effective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complimentary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hawk 70.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Perez. 23 yards the pickup there.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game without just a 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Perez. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
19 tight.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
19 Tiger. Rig. 70 Ranger.
They'll look to throw again. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
All right, Captain. He's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're trying to dial up that 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen them, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
18 Cardinal. On the ball.
Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on third down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
A good game there on first down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Final play of the half. Purdy.
And his throw here's incomplete.
So we've come upon past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third.
This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Nick Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here's A.J. Cole now.
And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
So we stopped for no gain, and it's second down. Up the middle they go. Beverly. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That third down conversion good for 23.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
On first down, Beverly.
45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 4. Throwing here, Purdy. Throwing right, and that's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. 28 yards. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
60
And they'll send the tight end in motion left.
Drop 60, drop 60. 19 Lions.
Back to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Ready.
Back to throw again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Perez. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down. From the gun, it's Walker. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, they're hoping that the 2nd half is better for him than the 1st half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Let's go now.
This is 2nd and 8. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Elijah Higgins, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
49ers 9.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Throwing on second down, it's Purdy.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They'll run on first down. Beverly. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Inside, and they gain 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 5. Purdy looking to throw.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. And on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and
this is caught. Touchdown. Great effort there. 41 yards.
And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop a moment ago on 4th down, and now that might be the score that puts this one officially out of reach.
And it's a tough one because your hands are tied when you're losing in the 4th quarter, because you know you've got to make something happen. They couldn't pick up the first down, and after that, the air just went right out of the balloon, and you knew you were looking at a defeated team.
Point after, right down the middle, and that will make this a 19-point game.
49ers 9.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
The Niners take over.
The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively.
Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Here we go.
Purdy to throw it on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Purdy. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here's 2nd and 10. Purdy from the gun. His throw incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
That's good for 28 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They'll try the left side. Beverly. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Now this likely a must-have. 3rd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Beverly. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Oh, and that is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, You would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The 49ers getting set to trot out there. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Throwing to start the drive. Reed. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Operating from the gun, Reed. He's got Ayuk once again. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. To throw is Reed. Throwing on 1st down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Complete. Touchdown 49ers. A great play there. 31 yards. And the 49ers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Moody good with the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have.
The onside kick recovered by Seattle.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Ready.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Ready.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Walker. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. 2nd down and 6 now. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
So it's a win for the Seahawks here, and it was all thanks to the play of their veteran quarterback.
Yeah, he really had a great night.
It's like I've been smooth for so long, I'm trying to get rough. Buffing my nails, dog, I'm trying to get buff. Shaping my beard up, I'm liking the scruff. The hills, cause I'm living my life in the cut. Can't imagine that I'm gonna meet my wife in the club. We gon' see though, I feel like she more of a CEO. Or maybe she doing volunteer work in Rio. It's not like I need her, but I would love to meet her. Another day, another dollar, another phone with another feature. I don't play goalie, but I'm my brother's keeper. Surrounded by family, I'm not with other people. They say I got my pop's demeanor and mother's features. The garden's still private as ever. The gang thriving together. Your boys striving to be the most dominant ever. The hardest white boy since the one who rapped about vomiting sweaters and hold the comments. Cause I promise you I'm honestly better than whoever came to your head right then. They ain't cut from the same thread like him. They don't study doing work to get ahead like him. They don't toss and turn in the bed like him. Cause they don't love it. They don't love it. They don't love it.